Welcome to Part 2, focused on therapy for obesity. Pharaoh does not apply universal solutions. It works individually, organizing clinical intervention by levels and clearly defining the roles of the Pharaoh nurse and Pharaoh coach. Biological level, body. The organism is evaluated globally: metabolism, inflammation, hormones, digestion, sleep, and biological rhythms. Pharaoh nurses assess clinical data, biological analyses, weight, body measurements, nutritional status, inflammation, metabolic alterations, fatigue, sleep, and digestion. They perform an integrative evaluation combining Western medicine and Medicina, traditional China. Interventions include health education, dietary organization, habit restructuring, and progressive movement. Biological and Chinese clocks are considered, regulating when to eat, how to eat, and when to rest, based on digestive cycles and spleen, stomach function. Pharaoh coaches do not intervene clinically but observe eating behaviors, disorganized rhythms, and disconnection from body signals, supporting body awareness. Level of consciousness. This level explores what sustains the symptom beyond the visible. Pharaoh coaches investigate the function of weight, what it protects or avoids, and its history. They integrate. Carl Jung, unintegrated unconscious content. Ken Wilber, level of consciousness. Reich Geerdhamer, possible lived conflicts, explored, not imposed. They distinguish between what the person knows and what they enact unconsciously. Pharaoh nurses do not interpret the unconscious, but detect inconsistencies, resistance, and adherence difficulties. Personality/psychosomatic level. Pharaoh coaches observe thought patterns, relationship with pleasure, impulsivity or control, self-image, and frustration tolerance. They work on self-regulation, desire, and eating behavior, integrating psychosomatics with Jung and Wilber. Pharaoh nurses observe behavioral manifestations such as compulsive eating, irregular rhythms, and abandonment of routines, integrating them into care without psychologizing. Energy level. From traditional Chinese medicine and Taoism. Dampness accumulation. Phlegm. Spleen deficiency. Qi stagnation. Taoist reading. Excess yin accumulation. Deficient yang mobilization. Pharaoh nurses trained in these methods may apply acupuncture, acupressure, tuina, gua sha, and herbal medicine. Pharaoh coaches use non-invasive practices such as breathing, conscious movement, and energy regulation. The goal is not to burn fat, but to restore circulation and transformation. Relational level. The immediate environment is explored: family, partner, habits, and food culture. Pharaoh coaches analyze how eating functions within relationships and social dynamics. Pharaoh nurses identify environments that hinder adherence and intervene through practical education and dietary guidance. Systemic level. Structures are considered: food industry, work conditions, time, stress, and access to resources. Both roles recognize real limitations. Interventions are adapted to living conditions and possibilities. Social and health policies are acknowledged, and awareness is promoted to support change. Pharaoh therapeutic synthesis. Obesity is not treated at a single level. Body, consciousness, behavior, energy, relationships, and context are all assessed, with precise interventions at each level. Therapeutic failure occurs when one level is addressed while others are ignored. Spiritual/existential level meaning. This level concerns meaning, life direction, and inner coherence. When disrupted, there is loss of purpose, disconnection from self-worth, lack of hope, and progressive neglect of self-care. Obesity may express a deep disconnection from life meaning. Pharaoh coaches explore life direction, loss of meaning, and support reconstruction, integrating Jung and Wilber. They work on reconnecting body, mind, and soul through presence and alignment. Pharaoh nurses do not intervene deeply at this level but detect demotivation, neglect, and lack of adherence, ensuring care continuity and referral when needed. From TCM, this relates to Shen, spirit. From Taoism, living without direction is living outside the Tao. Intervention restores coherence, not imposed meaning. Humanization and social awareness. Pharaoh extends beyond the individual. Obesity is linked to health policies, social models, inequality, the food industry, and living conditions. A key issue emerges: loss of individual agency. People without time, resources, or access cannot sustain change. Speaking of individual responsibility without context is incomplete and ethically problematic. Pharaoh works in two directions: personal reappropriation, restoring agency and decision-making; collective awareness, understanding structural conditions and promoting change. Health is both individual and social. Without adequate conditions, transformation is limited. Synthesis. Pharaoh therapy is not only about weight loss. It restores function, reorganizes behavior, balances energy, reviews relationships, adapts to context, and recovers meaning. Without meaning, there is no direction. Without conditions, change cannot be sustained. Subscribe to the channel. Like this video. Comment if you wish. Comment if you would like to be a Lighthouse coach. Share to create collective awareness. Study with ESSI Pharaoh Integral Method. Learn science with awareness, because in health, knowledge is not neutral, it is vital.